All right, so in this first lesson, we have to look at square roots. So we have to figure out if a number is a perfect square. Well, to be a perfect square, 1 squared equals 1. So 1's a perfect square. 2 squared equals 4. So 4 is a perfect square. 3 squared is 9. So 9 is a perfect square. So if a number has a square root, then it's a perfect square. 36 is 6 squared. So yes, it's a perfect square. The square root of 196 is 14. So that's a perfect square. Square root of 144 is 12. Square root of 16 is 4. So 12 plus 4 is 16. So you just work with your square roots like that. If we have a fraction, 4 over 100, square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 100 is 10. So it's 1/5. Pythagorean triple. If a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then it's Pythagorean triple. Is 3 squared plus 4 squared equal 5 squared? So is 9 plus 16 equal to 25? The answer is yes. So since it's yes, the numbers satisfy this. Okay? A 19-foot ladder goes up against a building. This is 19. It's 13 from the wall. How high does the ladder reach? Okay? So, this is a Pythagorean theorem problem. One side is A, one side is B, the hypotenuse is C. The longest side of the hypotenuse, which is opposite the right angle, is always C. So, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So x squared plus 169 equals whatever 19 squared is. 19 squared, let's figure out what that is. 19 squared is 361. Then we subtract 169 from each side. So x squared equals 361 minus 169, which is 192, and then we take the square root of that, which is 13.85, 13.86. So x squared equals 192, take the square root. So x equals 13.86. A walkway forms a diagonal on a square playground. The walkway is 22 meters long. So this is 22, and this is x, and this is x. So x squared plus x squared, because this is square, so it makes a right angle there, and there's my hypotenuse, equals 22 squared. So 2x squared equals whatever 22 squared is, which I think is 484, but I'm not sure. Yep, 484. And if we divide by 2, x squared equals 242, and then we take the square root of 242. So if we take the square root of 242, we get 15.55, which rounds up to 16 meters. Round to the nearest meter. Okay, another Pythagorean theorem. He started, went that way, then went that way, so this is C, because it's opposite the right angle. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 225 plus 1296 equals c squared. So plus 225 is 1521. And if we take the square root of that, he's 39 yards from the starting point. We took the square root of this. Okay. Is this a right triangle? Is 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared? Is 9 plus 16 25? The answer is yes. All right. And finally, a 45, 45, 90 triangle. If you look in the front of the room on a 45, 45, 90 triangle, this is an isosceles triangle, so these two are congruent. And then in a 45, 45, 90, the hypotenuse is always a square root times what the sides are. So if these are 14, this is 14 squared root